Continue the conversation now with Cheryl Jane Kujenga, who's interim CEO of Adcorp, and Carl Bates, who's a YPO member and chief executive of Serta Group now. Thank you both for joining me on the line this evening. Cheryl, as a workforce management company, are we looking at a short-lived plunge, something that's going to be hard to pull back from, or just way too early to tell at this stage of the game, looking at our overall unemployment picture?
Alicia, the reality is it's too early to tell, but it's important to note that insolvent and closed companies do not employ people. So the ability to balance the need to make sure that companies can survive the next 3 to 6 months by remaining fiscally productive, as well as making sure that we maintain the goodwill of our employers and employees, is quite important. You'll notice that a lot of companies need to think about different employment models. I think the December statistics are evidence of the need for a transition to a more temporary type, flexible type employment, and we've got to be open-minded about that as South Africa.
Yeah. Cheryl, have any early projections been done, to the on the extent to which we will see a reduction if plans don't materialize very quickly, and the sectors that are going to be hardest hit?
Alicia, at this stage, it depends on the duration of the lockdown. It depends on the economic recovery post the lockdown and the government support with regards to organizations during the lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Carl, you're part of COVID Business Rescue Assistance War Room that's been put into place that helps businesses receive support. Are we seeing sufficient policy response in your books to COVID-19 from government that would see business better navigate this current scenario and mitigate against some of the risk?
I think the policy response from government is going to change as we go through this. I don't think that at any point it's a great place to stand and be critical of what government is doing. I think government can always do more and is always expected to do more. I think the best thing that can happen right now for businesses is to take a hard look at where they stand, where they are, and to say, are we going to get through this? And not just the next 3 weeks rather. But imagine that this is going to go for 6 weeks or 9 weeks. And even when we're back out of lockdown, what is going to be the impact on our business? And when businesses start to understand or ask those questions and make those decisions, and we're doing a lot in that space, webinar space around understanding decisions, when you start to understand those decisions, then you can actually make considered decisions as a business about how you should react to them.
I've got to ask you, we've seen our finance minister use the phrase, don't waste a good crisis. Does this see South Africa step into gear? And I'm talking both public and private sector here, as far as readying and mobilizing this workforce for the fourth industrial revolution is concerned.
I think that's a great question coming from the minister, and I think it's a great challenge to business. Even in our own company, we've been talking as a leadership team about our response. Are we choosing to be negative? Are we expecting that it's going to be the end of business, or are we choosing to be successful, to look for the opportunities, to identify how we can support? And I truly believe that the good businesses are ones that deliver value and deliver good into society. And so as a business, if you're finding a way you can help, if you're finding a way that you can respond, whether that be a commercial response or a pro bono response, you're going to be a stronger business as a result of this. South Africa definitely needs to be using this to become a stronger country as a result.
Absolutely. That, in theory, how that translates into practicalities, something that we're going to have to assess as we progress. Thank you both for having joined me on the line this evening. That, of course, Cheryl Jane Kujenga, who's interim CEO of Adcorp, and Carl Bates, YPO member and chief executive of Serta Group as well.